Hi, I would first like to request to collate 3 time cards for the purposes of presenting our case on homelessness in Torrance, California, as myself and 2 other students are representatives from Anthony Ragnetta's government and economics class at West High School. We will not be taking the full 9 minutes, of course, because that's a little excessive, but we do have a sizable scripty kind of thing.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Good evening, Torrance City Council. My name is Christina Morales. This is Balgis Mohammed and Seamus Boo, and we're seniors at West High School. And we'd like to take this opportunity to begin a dialogue with you about steps Torrance is taking to combat homelessness. And while we acknowledge and are aware of steps taken in the past, such as the toiletry drive in last March, and the resources we've provided to the cause, we want to specifically discuss whether our community is actively working toward reform through policies being introduced in LA County and across the South Bay, specifically Measure H.
I don't know if you're all aware, Measure H, intended to allocate funds for homeless policy reform, was passed in March of 2017, although discussions concerning budget and priorities are still going on. Reading through the PDF outlining what the specifics of this proposal would mean for us, I noticed that Torrance was not listed as a participant in the reforms outlined. Rather, Hawthorne is the closest city that appears to be taking steps towards homeless policy reform. My question to Mayor Fury and the other council members is whether Torrance will be participating in Measure H as a neighboring city of Hawthorne, or are we being left out of the equation altogether?
Well, interesting that you bring it up, because homelessness is an issue not just in the city of Torrance, but regionally and throughout the state of California. We, as a council, created a social services commission, which addresses, amongst one of their issues that they cover, is homelessness. And we've been actively involved with the County of Los Angeles to get funding from the money they're collecting on Measure H. And there's a homeless count. I believe it's on the 23rd of this month, Mr. Gal, is that correct? We have been involved with for the last 4 or 5 years, where we actually take a census of homeless people in our community. So you may want to look into helping out with that. The other thing is, Mayor Fury is going to be at your school on February 8th, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Talking to all your government classes. So we'll see you over there and answer any more specific questions. But if you really want to get involved, you can ask the gentleman right there with the blue shirt, and he'll tell you about the homeless count and how you can get involved in that as well.
Okay, and so you said we are participating in aspects of Measure H.
Yes.
And so Christina has a few follow-up questions about what aspects are going to be extended to our community.
Well, I hesitate to answer all those questions because I'm just the mayor. The people who do all the work are the people who are sitting down in here, and the people who are working in the in-city hall doing the things. But you can trust me that we're doing a considerable amount of work to eradicate homelessness in the city of Torrance and regionally as well.
We'd be happy to meet the individuals and to give them an update on.
In fact, one of our gentlemen right up there will get your information, and we'll meet with you even before I come there on February 8th.
Thank you.
Yes, it is February 8th. I'll be there.
Thank you. However, there is sort of a deeper issue here. Measure H and stuff like this are extremely helpful, but they don't fully tackle the source of the issue. There's this term I discovered on the internet known as NIMBY, or not in my neighborhood, or sorry, not in my backyard, where middle class or upper middle class individuals are reluctant to have aid for the homeless in their community. This is entirely subconscious. No one is malicious about this, because they don't want to attract more homeless people to the area. Again, it's understandable, and none of it is with bad intent. However, things like this are also reflected in Article 34 in California's Constitution, which makes it extremely difficult to set up affordable housing for those who are from lower income families. And while we cannot force those who come from such families to accept such aid, implementing things like this definitely will help to abate that cycle. Those who are seemingly quote-unquote abandoned, excuse my term, by their community aren't likely to accept the help provided to them by that same community. honestly, right now, and risking sounding cliche, talking about the weather, but it's raining pretty hard out there, and I don't know about you, but I can barely stand to sit in the rain for 5 minutes. I couldn't imagine 5 hours or even 5 days. So, especially trying to find sleep or whatever. And things like this shouldn't be ignored. We shouldn't accept complacency. Thank you so much for your time. Please seriously consider our words that we have spoken to you.
Well, thank you for being concerned. I think the youth of our community are sometimes much brighter than the older people in our community. And I don't say that lightly. I'm inspired by your wisdom and your ability to speak out. And that's important. I think you'll get things done because you open your mouth.
Thank you.
See you on the 8th.